aunt spread rumors I was sleeping around when I got pregnant at 19. When her precious daughter got pregnant, I revealed at the baby shower that the father was her husband's married brother. Now their whole family is destroyed. My aunt made it her mission to destroy my life when I got pregnant by my long-term boyfriend at 19. 5 years ago, I was a college freshman with a steady boyfriend of 2 years when birth control failed us. We weren't ready for a baby, but after long discussions, we decided to keep it and make it work. My boyfriend picked up extra shifts at his job, and I arranged my classes to continue my education. It wasn't ideal, but we were committed to facing it together. My aunt, however, had other ideas about my situation. She'd always been the self-appointed moral guardian of the family, despite her own questionable history. When news of my pregnancy spread, she immediately began her whisper campaign. According to her, I couldn't possibly know who the father was because I'd been sleeping with half the campus. She told extended family members I was trying to trap my boyfriend. At family gatherings, she'd make pointed comments about loose girls while looking directly at me. Such a shame when young women don't respect themselves, she'd say loudly enough for everyone to hear. My boyfriend's parents, who had always liked me, started treating him like he'd been deceived. My own parents stood by me, but the damage was done. Cousins stopped talking to me. At one particularly painful Christmas dinner, I overheard my aunt telling my grandmother that she should prepare herself for a paternity test drama. I left in tears. The worst part? My aunt's daughter, my cousin, who was the same age as me, joined in the mockery. She'd post veiled social media comments about certain people making certain mistakes. When I'd walk into a room, she and her friends would suddenly go quiet, then burst into laughter when I left. Despite it all, my boyfriend and I persevered. We moved into a small apartment, juggled childcare and work, and gradually rebuilt our lives. We even got married last year, proving everyone who bet against us wrong. My son is now 4, healthy and happy. We've managed to create a beautiful life together, though I've kept my distance from that side of the family. Then 3 months ago, my mother called with interesting news. My cousin was pregnant, unmarried, just like I had been. The family was rallying around her, with my aunt organizing a lavish baby shower. My invitation arrived a week later, obviously sent only because my mother had insisted. I almost declined, but curiosity got the better of me. When I arrived at the shower, my aunt barely acknowledged me, while everyone fawned over my cousin. The hypocrisy was stunning. The same people who had shunned me were now celebrating her identical mistake. During the gift opening, my cousin unwrapped my present, a simple baby outfit, and gave me a dismissive, "Thanks." That's when my aunt chimed in with, "At least you know who the father is." Unlike some people's situations, something snapped inside me. I knew something they didn't. My cousin's best friend had confided in me weeks earlier, drunk at a mutual friend's wedding, that my cousin had been secretly seeing my uncle's married brother for months. The same uncle who was sitting proudly beside my aunt, completely unaware. "Actually," I said, standing up in the suddenly quiet room, "I've always known exactly who my baby's father was. He's still right by my side. Can you say the same about the father of your baby cousin? Should we ask your uncle's brother and his wife what they think about all this?" The room froze. My cousin went pale. My aunt's mouth opened and closed like a fish gasping for air. My uncle turned slowly toward his wife, then toward his daughter, comprehension dawning on his face. I picked up my purse and walked out, leaving behind the sound of my aunt screaming at my cousin, my uncle shouting at my aunt, and my cousin dissolving into tears. Later, I heard from my mother that my uncle moved out that night. My aunt was no longer speaking to her brother-in-law's family, and my cousin was now living alone, abandoned by her married lover.